Entrepreneurs have started new ventures for generations. Success was more a function of tenacity and a measure of the idea underpinning the business. Errors in the structure and early conduct of the enterprise could be overcome with time but through learning. In the new paradigm, tolerance for such errors is acutely narrow. Competition has become intense. Technology based, market focused, and highly competent elements are always there in the market. In such a competitive environment, lack or misuse of the application of currently available technology to the structure and conduct of a new business could quickly spell its demise. Similarly, the inability to adapt enterprise to emergence of new technologies to make it market driven and structure perfect could have same effect. In summary, competition is just too tough and the end could come quickly. An entrepreneur is expected to have orientation with the common denominator among successful enterprises in this new paradigm. Elements that are frequently key to successful competition include a time approach to management focusing on enterprise value rather than individual recognition, structuring an environment that promotes seeking and exploiting opportunities rather than recognizing and solving problems, conceptualizing and committing to new markets rather than being constrained by traditional boundaries, and balancing intelligent risk and the opportunity for rapid advancement. Organizational size neither offers a safe harbor nor increased risk. New ventures exist either as a new small business or as an element of a large organization. Large companies have become competitive in this new paradigm by redefining their culture. Decision making has been shifted downward in these companies to encourage quick reaction to market opportunities. Every student that plans a career therefore will face the need to negotiate these new realities, whether through a big company, small company, new company, or old. The goal of this course is to provide a solid background necessary to understand the entrepreneurial approach to business and the tools required to function effectively in that environment. Let's see how we define entrepreneurship. While the definition of entrepreneurship has stayed constant for decades, the possibilities for wannabe entrepreneurs have evolved. Just think about it. 100 years ago, what options did an entrepreneur have? If you didn't have the skill to make something and didn't have the capital to buy something, you were considered as out of luck. Fast forward it and come to this day. Today, there are 582 million entrepreneurs in this world at the moment. Entrepreneurship is the act of creating a business or businesses while building and scaling it to generate profit. Profit is something which we most fancy and everyone is concerned about. However, as a basic entrepreneurship definition, it's a bit limiting. The more modern entrepreneurship definition is in a world of inaction, over-promising and under-delivering. Every second man seems to claim himself as an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is someone that would never call himself as an entrepreneur. He is someone that is happy to work while all others are out partying. An entrepreneur's drug is success. He is addicted to success. And finally, the entrepreneur knows one simple fact: I will make it. Maybe not immediately, but absolutely and definitely. You have to hustle. You have to think outside the box to make things happen. When it seems impossible, difficult for anything to happen, to continue to get up off the canvas when you are beaten down relentlessly. When or learn, I never lose. I will never lose. I will succeed, not immediately, but absolutely and definitely. I will take action when others hesitate. I will think big when others don't. And I will sacrifice when others won't. I will dare to dream. Dream of greatness when others fear it. I will work out competition and I will outwork my competition day and night. I am the captain of my fate, the master of my soul, the boss of my dreams, and king of my goals. You have to be a leader to be unique, to be hungry always and never satisfied. Never. Proud but never satisfied. To be followed by the competition. To take criticism and negativity and use it to fuel your greatness. To survive the storms and the tough moments. To be humble in the good times. To sacrificing your today for a better tomorrow. It is living a few years of your life like others won't, so you can spend the rest of your life like others can't. That sacrifice, that specific sacrifice needs dedication, commitment, discipline. You're getting my point? Only rare human beings have these qualities. Only the very best amongst us. And I'm sure you all are one of the best amongst the best. Then there is failure. Because we all know it is coming. It is human nature. I mean, find me a successful person that has never failed. Remember what Junaid Jamshed's song was? हारोगे तो मजा आएगा जीत का. So you can't just ignore the fact of getting failed. The only difference between the extremely successful amongst us in any field and the unknown, the only difference the successful guy has is that he never gave up. I'm not a male chauvinist, so I'll repeat, he or she shall never give up. He or she will find a way when there seem to be no way. They're the guy or the girl who threw in the towel. Remember, in boxing matches, when it's over, you need to forfeit, just throw the towel. Failure is simply learning another way not to do something. There are great lessons in failure. When it comes to success, there is rarely ever a time when luck comes into play. Trust me, hard work always comes into play. Always. It's always there. There is no greater satisfaction in life than that of hard work paying off. Hard work paying off. No greater satisfaction than knowing you are self-made. Take action. While all others are sitting on their hands, they are all relaxed. The great difference between the somebodies and the nobodies very often only comes down to who is willing to take action, who is willing to put it the work, the grind. Are you willing? Are you guys willing? I repeat, are you guys willing? These are the characteristics of an entrepreneur. He has passion, he is focused, he is intelligent enough to execute at right time, with right resources, at right place, in right direction, with the tenacity of overcoming everything that backs him up, that puts him backward, in the backward direction. Success of any business lies with the character of an entrepreneur. You can be a very good entrepreneur unless and until you have idea which needs to be fashionable enough and viable enough for the corporate world. The number one characteristic shaped by successful entrepreneur is his passion. I'm again getting male chauvinist. I'm not his or her passion for business. This passion typically stems from entrepreneurs' belief that business will positively influence people's lives. He is very keen and focused on products and customers, and who isn't? Typically, a good entrepreneur has good relations with every customer. And let me define you, there are two types of customers. One is internal and other is external. External customers are those whom which you make your transactions and earn profits. And internal customers are your employees. These employees help you dream big. These employees are the ones who shed the sweat just for your own being. Since they are trying new things, so failure is almost inevitable. So for a successful entrepreneur, his ability his or her ability to come out from the setback. In this section, we will discuss entrepreneurs with engineering background, where we will discuss why they study on entrepreneurship, what are their scope of work, and we'll try to cover success stories. But in this whole course, we will be discussing different success stories and failures. As I mentioned before, it is very important for you guys to understand why any entrepreneur gets success. What is the success mantra for an entrepreneur? And in this section, this specific question, that why to study entrepreneurship, being an engineer, being a mechanical engineer, why you guys are studying entrepreneurship. We'll try to cover some why you guys are studying entrepreneurship. I mean, why engineers are studying entrepreneurship. Why engineers makes the best entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship has been one of the most talked about and sought after career paths and has been glamorized in the recent years by young billionaires like Zuckerberg and Musk. Engineering and entrepreneurship at first seems like very different paths without natural crossovers. But looking closely, you find that engineering and entrepreneurship share many of the same skills. In fact, many great entrepreneurs and business leaders do in fact have education and training in engineering. Bill Gates, Michael Bloomberg, and Carlos Slim. Even me, I'm also a mechanical engineer, as you all know. We all are just a few of the famous entrepreneurs. Look, I'm saying so for myself. Who all started their careers in engineering. Being a competent engineer, it requires you to solve complex problems and navigate around difficult situations when they arise. A useful skill for any entrepreneur. There is little structure and lots of complexity that you need to navigate daily as someone who is running a startup. You have to assess risks and challenges wisely and pivot when required. But in the end, you all want to be and your career lucratively. Both engineers and entrepreneurs, they take on tremendous amounts of risk in their work, in their daily routine life. And to succeed in both fields, you need dedication, commitment, and simply you need to put in hustle. No way can your business venture or any project you start from nothing, it just suddenly will never grow. If you don't know knowledge
and you cannot acknowledge the fact that you have strengths and weaknesses, and you need to realize and branch out and get people on your team who will help you with your weaknesses. You need a team as an engineer and an entrepreneur to help you move forward towards a single common goal. Communication is a paramount. It is critical to be able to have excellent communication skills in projects to make sure your product is exactly what was planned and perhaps even better. So, for both engineers and entrepreneurs, reflection and self conscious analysis are essential. Both need to examine their projects to prototype better solutions, make changes quickly, and preserve even if challenges seems great. You need to be adaptable. So engineers make great entrepreneurs because they bring a skill set to the startups that's been developed over years of managing projects and solving big problems. Enormous amounts of planning go into projects that engineers have to complete. And what can be a bigger project than starting out on a journey of entrepreneurship? So, I want you all engineers to understand that in future you can be a very good entrepreneur, and trust me, it is my utmost job to motivate you and I will try my level best to take out all those factors that you have inside, deep inside you. A talent and skills. You need talent and you need skills. But we never know how to use ourselves and to be an entrepreneur. It's time to think about building a company, buddy. Seriously. Every company is hunting out for fresh people, young, talented, full with youth, but with an entrepreneurial mindset. They love to have a guy or a girl who is crazy about doing business. But you're not supposed to say it in your job interview that you want to be an entrepreneur in future. Trust me, it won't help you. But as far as the criteria for which they will be judging you, and that criteria, and those, if you make pointers of those criterias, one of them is entrepreneurial mindset, and they will hunt it out. Now you want me to tell you why? Because an entrepreneur, but let's forget entrepreneurship. Let's discuss business. Business is all about getting money. It's all about how to be lucrative. It's all about cutting expenses. It's all about cutting cost. And engineers are the one who are supposed to help them to cut their cost and expense as well. They are the ones who can easily define in black and white anomalies they have in their system. It's engineers who can easily lead any project. What if they want to? So, for engineers, there are so many domains in which they can work easily but stay lucrative. That is the main objective. You need to be lucrative, because in the end it's all about money. So, which areas you supposed to hit? Number one, services. In services sector, you will find different engineers working day and night for endorsements. Endorsements like ISO, endorsements like WHO, endorsements like FDA, NFPA, ASTM, ASHRAE. All these endorsements, they are necessary for every company to breathe in and breathe out. And engineers are the one who are going to define these principles in that company. And if they are there, and if that is about a project, then they're supposed to help that project go and pass by along with those endorsements. So they are the ones who will be controlling all the parameters defined as per quality control and quality assurance. So there's a big opportunity out there for you guys if you want to run your own show as an entrepreneur in service sector. Secondly, after services, we have manufacturing. But when we talk about manufacturing, lots of capital it is required. And if you have capital and if you have investment, then you can also go for manufacturing. And when it comes to manufacturing, then there are different factions where you can go. We have textile, we have leather, we have hosieries, towels, we have shoe manufacturing, we have sports, we have automobile sector, we have some sectors in electronic field, there are OEMs. So lots of factors which we can consider if we want to indulge ourselves into manufacturing. Even fishing, fish farming, over there you can also help a lot. Now, what about the rest? I've jotted down different factors, different factors. No, these are not factors. These are fractions of our industrial sector, and in this factions, it's faction. In our industrial faction where we can work, these are the over here I've jotted them out, and you can easily identify your area of interest, where you want to grow, where you want to excel. But trust me, being an engineer, it is very easy for us to comprehend any condition. That's why people are looking for engineers. Even in banks there is a lot of huge amount of work which is done by engineers of the utility department. Over here I've written also facility management. So in facility management we have utility department, and in that utility department we have generators, turbines, we have cooling tower, HVAC, and everything is there. So for you guys, there is a huge scope of work in which you are supposed to indulge in, and you can easily manipulate this whole current scenario. And as far as today's market is concerned, recession is concerned, It is advice for everyone to become an exporter. See what Germany did way back when they were way down after World War II. Where were Germany? Where were Germany? They were nothing. They were way back down at the pit of the ratings. But now we know Germany as a benchmark for all mechanical engineers. Germany is known as motherland of mechanical engineering. Do you know how they got these numbers? By making 5,000 entrepreneurs. Government gives subsidy to them for 10 years and they become partners with their entrepreneurs. There was only one limitation for them. They were supposed to come up with a good idea for export. So Germany indulged themselves into exports with the help of those entrepreneurs and fresh mind, and now we can see Germany way up, way up. Even products of Germany, 40-year-old products of Germany, trust me, those products are amazing. One of my client, he has a diesel engine, and that engine was made by Germany in 1960 something. Do you know what they call that specific genset? Samundari Ghoda, sea horse. Still it's running and it's beautiful. What a great system it is. So being an entrepreneur, you have so many opportunities, and since you are young, you can easily come up with a very good idea. And it's my job who will guide you to run your idea commercially and be a success and have some success factors in it. Now, being an entrepreneur, you need to add and identify success factors of that specific field, and for that aspect, you need to be very focused and have some knowledge regarding business. And in next section, we will study different jargons and acronyms that are used in business sector.